I'm from the
Same place as trap music, this that first react music. They can't hold me back, I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this, my flow I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking, you should hush bitch. I am from the heavy bass, my bro called a heavy case. Got a couple
Good evening, happy Sunday to everybody out there. Welcome back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live, where we define, examine, and analyze words, sayings, and phrases used in American culture. And tonight, we will be smoking on the word genuine. So grab your thinking caps and get ready to smoke on words with two big nerds, with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm. And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God. How you feeling?
Peace, God, man. I'm feeling good, man. Everything is everything, right? And we here for it, right?
Yes,
Like
indeed.
that's about as genuine as I can be, for real, for real.
I know that's right. I know that is very genuine. That is authentic.
life be lifing, right? And you gotta figure it out.
You do got to figure it out. Absolutely. So we got a great show lined up for y'all tonight. Like we said, we smoking on the word genuine this evening. And before we get into the show, y'all, make sure to smash that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel. We trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Help us do that. It's the holidays, and we know everybody's going to be out there getting together, traveling, so we want y'all to be safe. All right, but we got something special for y'all going on right now at the DBCHEFTV gift shop. We got 25% off the entire website. We're going to drop a QR code up here for probably about the first hour of the show. And then the second hour of the show, we're going to drop the link, the QR code for BK Soul Farm. So y'all can go over there and check out 10, 16, 160 self-sustainability. All right, self. We gotta say, put some respect on self sustainability. All right, so you can get yourself together and get right going into the new year, and for all those New Year's resolutions from some of the things that we've been seeing going on in this year currently. So let's head on over to tonight's word, y'all. Tonight's questions. Our first question of the evening is, what do you think of when you hear the word genuine? That's our house question. Let us know in the comment sections. Feel free to exchange your insights. What type of situations can being genuine be harmful? Okay. What type of situations can being genuine be harmful? 3, is being genuine a taught behavior or something a person develops into? Our fourth question, how does social media, movies, and music affect one's ability to be genuine? And then our fifth and final, last but never least question, is the word genuine bad, good, or misunderstood? So before we get into the definition, because if you're new here, what we do is we have our word, saying, or phrase, and if there is a definition for it, then we answer our first question and we try to share with what we think the word is, or how we use it normally, or how it's been used, or what is our experience with the word. Okay, and then we go to get the definition, because the definition is how the word is supposed to be applied. But we know in American culture we have meanings. We've applied meanings to things. We don't use definitions. You know, it's shunned upon for you to, you know, what we got in the culture, you talking white, or you a uppity nigga, or you sound educated, or you think you smart, or you think, you know, all of these things to embrace ignorance and not accuracy. So, our first question of the evening: what do you think of when you hear the word genuine? And we're gonna go to the God Ali Dawood El, the BK Soul Farm.
Peace, God. So,
Peace, God.
when I think of genuine, like honestly, I think about the easy buzzwords, right? Authenticity. I think about somebody being true to themselves, right? Or true to the purpose of what it is that they want, right? Being honest about the things that they want. I remember I used to say something to my a question I used to ask my son all the time, and I was like, you really got to think about it. Like, do you really want the things that you say you want, or do you really just want to chill, right? And I told him I was like, like that question for me is like so pivotal because neither one is a bad answer. Neither one is a bad road, right? Because we're talking about your life, right?
Mhm.
Reality is, if you really do want the things that you say you want, then you honestly will not regret putting in the work to accomplish them,
I know that's right.
right? And to maintain them. At the same time, if you really do just want to chill, then we have to be responsible and identify what chilling means to you, figure out what that number is, generate that number a month, and you can chill, right? Because you have your bare minimum. You have enough to do what it is that you need to do for you, right? And I'm saying, everything being everything, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
right? Because if you want to chill, I'm saying because anything other than having your bare necessities met, you are not chilling.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Facts.
if you living with somebody else, like you're not chilling.
No,
Like
you're
if
not
if, if
chilling.
you if you couch hopping, like you're not chilling. Like if you gotta wait for somebody to lend you their car, you're not chilling. Like if you gotta wait for somebody else to fill up their refrigerator, you're not chilling. Like if you are a dependent, you are not chilling, right? And no aspect of the word or what you might think chilling may mean, right? So that's what I had him understand, and it put a spin on things, right? Because here it is. I'm not saying chilling is negative.
Right.
I'm just saying we just got to get there.
Yeah. But it has to be defined.
Got to be defined.
It has to be
You got
defined.
to be
Yeah.
defined, right? Because once you define it, then you can actually achieve it. You can actually get to it and do that, right? So for me, that's what it is to be genuine, right? To be honest to yourself, to be honest to your purpose, to your goal, right? To the cause. Um, Not necessarily always telling the truth and stuff like that, but
So genuinely, you a liar.
yo, so speaking on that, right? When I was younger, I used to say, I used to practice lying, right? And
Right.
I used to say that um I would only ever lie to my mother and to my wife, right? Like they was the only two people that I didn't want to hurt. Like everybody else kind of didn't matter, right? Like
Those are two people that you only would not lie to. Right.
no, that I would.
Those are people. Those are two.
Because I
You would
wouldn't want to
lie to
hurt her.
wifey and moms.
That's what I'm saying. Like I used to practice lying.
I get it. Okay, because I'm gonna lie to you, make it sound fly to you, because the truth will hurt you. I get it.
Right, like and
I
and
get it.
I ain't want to do that, right? So everybody else got real, got raw, right? Or my young mind authentic, right? But in my growing up, what I realized is I developed an inability to lie well, to where now everybody just gets raw, real, and however you approach is kind of your fault. Is what you get back.
Yeah,
Right. Because I don't practice lying anymore, right? Because there's no value in it for me. Um, or for my relationships, right? Because I want a great relationship with my mother and I want a great relationship with my wife. And any relationship built on deceit and lies can't win, can't prosper. And I only want to build and make money, right? Like I got a winner spirit, right? Like I want to win, right?
that's
So
right.
and I want to win in their face,
Are we
right?
doing that? We doing that. We definitely gonna win in their face, whether they like it or not. Nah, nah, boo, boo.
If I'm number one, shit, you about to hear that.
Right.
Because I'm genuinely happy about where I came from and what I've accomplished, right? Like you don't know what I've been through, and you don't necessarily need to,
That's right.
right? You only need to recognize that I won right here and now.
Here now, right? Here and now.
Appreciate that, right? Like support me in my greatness,
And
right?
where
Like
we at.
and where we at,
And,
you know what I'm
right. And the
saying?
greatness that we at. Like that's what we talking about. Fuck where you from. You know? What it take to do where you at to get to where you trying to go, unless you ain't trying
Yeah,
to go no further, you know.
right.
Real talk.
So yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, that's what I got. Like I said, pretty much, authenticity, truth.
Authentic authenticity, truth. Well, before I get into um what I think of when I hear the word genuine, um you just brought back some things.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You just brought back some things. Thought I'd dive into it a little bit.
word up.
Um, Identify what chilling is to you. I have an aunt. Shout out to my auntie, and she used to always be like, "What you doing? What you got going on?" And I used to always be like, "I'm chilling," right? Always. And she would say, "Well, don't chill too hard. You gonna end up freezing up." Right. So I don't know if those was words of encouragement or if they was, I don't know. I never emotionally got attached to it. I was just saying I was chilling because I wasn't about to divulge my business to her. That's where I was at with it. In my head, it's just like, I got what I got going on. Like, you know, and I mean, like she might have heard some things, but I ain't care if she heard some things or not.
I ain't want to
Yeah, because I'm not gonna tell on myself, not even
tell.
to
For
you.
what?
Yeah, like especially not even to my family. Like I want to implicate you in some shit or confirm nothing or deny
Correct.
nothing, right? So,
Correct. 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 Correct.
and this was in my youth. This was in my youth. So, um, and this was prior to my military service and everything, because I was a very active youth. And but I always had identified what chilling was to me. Because when you said that, you said you have to, nothing wrong with chilling, but you have to identify what chilling is to you. I didn't have a full scope of needs, goals, and wants. But what I did have was I was getting my wants. you know.
Yeah, the whole entire definition.
Yeah, so my chilling was, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm having my way, I'm getting
Mhm.
what I want to get, and what I don't want to get, I mean, and what I don't have, or when it ain't going my way, I find a way to make it go my way, you know, to accomplish whatever the goal is. So I didn't have a priority. I didn't know how to prioritize needs, goals, and wants. That came later as I matured. And also when I got in an environment that caused me to be more accountable for my actions and mindful of them and more responsible. Because when you in the hood, it's like you gonna do whatever you do until you get caught. There's no accountability. Most of your friends, the people that you hanging with, and I'll say the majority of people that you hanging with, I'm not gonna say everybody that you cool with, because it's a lot of people that was cool that wasn't involved in the same things that I was involved in. But the people that I hung with, we was all with the fuck shit. So when I look at in that space, chilling to me was at that time, having what I needed, whatever that was, whatever I wanted to be able to access to, whether it was, material shit, foolishness, a lot of foolishness. But having access to it was like, I'm chilling. I'm not asking my mother for anything. I'm not asking my aunts for anything. I'm not asking my grandmama for nothing. I'm not asking my uncle to do nothing. I couldn't ask him for nothing. He was asking me for stuff. So, I'm not asking none of my big cousins for nothing. They asking me for stuff, So I was chilling. My little sister was took care of. I could go buy her whatever I wanted to get her. That's how I felt like I was chilling in that space. And then another thing touched on. He said you used to lie. So I used to be the liar. Like I used to be the liar. Like out of all of my grandmama's grandchildren, like I was the liar.
But I hate to get in trouble, God.
I'm trying to tell you, like all of my cousin, brothers, sisters, because we all like the same age. When my mom was pregnant, her sister was pregnant, her other sister was pregnant, cousin so and so was pregnant. Like we came in bunches, right? So we might be in a group of 5 or 6 or 4 or 3. So in my group, I was the liar. So we used to always we would get caught doing stuff, and when the punishment came, I already would just be like, they to be done told. But I would still be lying. I would still be like, I ain't saying shit because everybody finna get beat.
Everybody getting beat.
Yeah, everybody getting beaten. So what I'm gonna tell you for? I'm gonna get beat anyway. But what they would do is they would beat me more because I wouldn't tell you. I might get a couple extra lashings. Well, I love y'all I love them for it because it made me tougher. Like I look at now, like you said, and growing and becoming older and maturing, right? Like now, I don't have a desire to lie. I feel like I did that enough in my youth where the consequences of it, the negative consequences of it, it didn't kill me, but I understood what I was doing wrong. Like I knew I was intentionally lying. And in being an intentional liar, when you realize that, what, it's better to deal with the truth. We understand that people have a hard time accepting the truth because you have to be accountable. So in me attempting to be a more genuine person, and that's tying into what I think of as genuine. It's like genuine is somebody with integrity, somebody who, who is gonna be stand up. Like they say, you a stand up guy, like he's genuine.
Integrity.
You're gonna definitely be considerate. So those things like played into that role. But like now, I don't have no problem with telling the truth because I'll tell on myself now. And that's where it came. That's where it come from. Like if I can't tell on myself, You know, now let me say this. Now we was talking about now. I ain't gonna say no 10 on that. Now I'm not gonna commit a crime and tell on myself,
No,
okay?
hell no.
Because I purposely went to go commit the crime. You know, so
These
like,
days, if
you know,
I commit a crime, shit,
yeah,
ain't
yeah. So like, and these days I ain't committing no crimes, you
ain't
know,
commit no crimes.
and that's
Hell
what I'm
no.
saying. So like, so if I went to go do a crime on purpose, then I'm definitely not telling myself. But when it comes to, you know, being human, dealing with interacting with people, my family, friends, acquaintances, peers,
I'm not blackmailable.
community. Yeah, like you can't blackmail me, you know? Like you can't you can't carry me, you know? You can't carry me because I'll say, yeah, I did it, and I'll be able to explain it without emotion to let people understand what the process was, you
Right.
know? So that's why I'm just like, you know, that to me is being more genuine when I look at who I may have been in as a child in my youth. Then yes, I think that immaturity, you know, and it was me adopting to some, like, taking the street code, like, you know, we don't talk to police, we ain't snitching, we ain't doing none of that, you know, and you taking it home, like, you know, like, what happened to your sister? I don't know. You know, like, your sister fell and scraped her knee. It's okay. You can tell your mother that you said that. Nah, I ain't telling nothing. I don't know what happened. Just get the alcohol, you know, and some band-aids. It's like you taking it too serious. So I think that's and then going into the military, having exposure to understand what integrity is and accountability, um, moving from different state to states and interacting with people, you know, with complete strangers, and understanding that, like, I'm temporary. You know, I move into a person's neighborhood, into their community, and I'm temporary. I'm not going to be there forever. You know, my duty station has a PCS date.
Hmm.
So me being in that community, like, those people live there. They, you know, they're going to be there. People have been there 20, 30, 15, 20, you know, however many years, umpteen years, right? So when I'm there, I'm respecting those people and their boundaries, you know? I'm respecting what it is to be a guest. And, you know, those things became genuine. They just became genuine, where you be mindful of your activity because you don't know how it's going to affect somebody else, you know? And over that period, that genuineness allows me to where I can go. I got about 7 states I can go to right now, and I don't need no place to stay, you know? And like, people see me come back and, hey, where you been, Pearl? You know what I'm saying? Or like, man, where you been? Where you see? You know, like, they ain't looking at me like, oh, here come this raggedy motherfucker. You know, like, there's not that impression. So being respectful, you know, when I think of the word genuine, it's respectful, it's integrity.
Respect.
You know, and I'm talking about I'm talking about being respectful. I'm talking about giving respect, not talking about earning no respect, you know. Being respectful, being accountable for my own actions. Like, to me, that's genuine. You know, if I mess up, then I need to apologize. You know, whether a person accept it or not, I still need to do it because I know that I could have done something different. You know, so I think that's where, you know, when I hear the word genuine, I think you gotta be respectable, accountable, have some integrity.
Yeah.
You know, be considerate. You know, and like you said, and like, these things start with self first. So if I respect myself enough, I can look at myself in the mirror and say, bro, you was in the wrong, bro. If I, if I respect myself, I can say, I can hold myself accountable. Um, I can be honest with myself and not hold my head down and not be ashamed of making a mistake. Because, like you said, God, we win. All right. And if I learn something, then that's not a loss. That's a
Only a
win.
lesson.
Because
Win,
a lesson is a win,
a winning lesson.
a winning lesson. You know, so developing that mindset, I don't know. I mean, I know they're not teaching this, because everybody want to be winners and losers and all that. We do know first place is first place in a competition. We do know second place, third, you're not first. Okay. But when we talk about in a human, just being humans, like when it's not a compartmentalized race, like we ain't at a track meet, we ain't at a tournament, we ain't at a, uh, um, whatever type of competition that is a organized event. Just in life, like just being genuine, you know, that should be with everybody. You know how that saying, that biblical saying, treat people how you want to be treated, or is what is it, doing to others as you had them doing to you, you know? So it's just like, well, if you want somebody to be respectful to you, then why would you think that you could disrespect them and they not supposed to disrespect you back? Why would you think that? Unless you don't give a fuck how you be treated. Then if you don't give a fuck how you be treated, then why you got stink ass attitude then? So that's what I'm talking about. Like, people can be genuinely stank or genuinely fucked up. So that's why I look at accountability. That's why I think of accountability, integrity, being honorable. I think that that's a thing.
Something you said, God, like you got me thinking right now about, when you mentioned the different stages or the different arenas for a race or different types of competition, it made me think about the only person that me personally I'm in competition with is myself from yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, and I genuinely believe that and accept that as my reality. And and if we did that as a society, right, if we focused on ourselves, right, and we just tried to be better than ourselves than we were yesterday. That's why I say every day we get a brand new opportunity to be a brand new version, to be the very best version of ourselves, because yesterday we might have fell short. But as long as we looking at other people, and as long as we are comparing our wins against other people's wins, right, or what they deem to be a win, as long as we measuring, man, he got a bigger smile, or he got a prettier woman, or he got a faster car, or he got better looking clothes, or whatever, right? And that ain't got nothing to do with you for real.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff, like you have
Nothing.
no idea what his yesterday was like.
Nothing. You don't know but you don't know what it took for him to get that.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't know what yesterday was like.
Right.
You don't know what none of that was like. You don't know, right? And you might not be willing to have gone through any of that stuff, right? So if we genuinely focus on ourselves more, like and man, that struck a nerve when you said that, God, because that is about being accountable, right? And that is about being respectful, right? Because when you have respect for yourself, and when you are genuinely walking into the world with no malice, right, things just kind of work out, right? If you ain't looking to hurt nobody, right, if you're just looking to do your thing, right, if you got a whole entire goal and a whole entire plan, and you leave your house to do that, 9 times out of 10 you accomplish your goal and you get to come home successful. Like most of the time, like that's what happens.
Yeah.
Like very rarely you get mugged, you know, or a car accident or something like that, right? Like that's rare. But nah,
You
God, yeah.
know, it's why it's it's people who just don't want to see you win because because they haven't asked to be included. Because they don't know how to ask to be included.
They don't know how to see their own wins.
Oh, we know they don't know how to see their own wins
They
because
don't know how to see their
because
own
if they
wins.
if they was focusing on their own wins, they wouldn't be focusing on trying to distract or hate on you. So like that's you right, absolutely right, God. But people can link up.
Facts.
People can link up. People can, inquire. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Not at all.
But you have to be what? You have to be respectful.
You got to have integrity. What'd you say? You got to be honest.
You gotta be honest.
Be willing to hold yourself accountable. Right? Hold others to be accountable. Right? Like everybody
even
got
holding others to be accountable. Like if it's rules, we all
like
gotta follow
we
them.
like these are the rules, right? Like these are the
Yeah.
rules, right? Like and it's not even on some old being a Karen about it, but like
it's not even being a Karen. You ain't even trying to call the police. You ain't trying to record shit. You know what I'm saying? Like God, I tell you, I had a situation at my house, God. The police told me to put cameras up. I ain't even want to, but I'm like, this a beautiful neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing too rah-rah going on. Like, the police told me to put cameras up. That wasn't even something that I wanted to do. That wasn't even a desire that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then fortunately enough, since it persisted, then the cameras came in handy. Because had it not, then it just would have been word against word, and then that wouldn't have got nowhere. Because if that's intentional, then now that's just like, do somebody want some attention or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that about? So you
what is that about?
yeah, like what the fuck is that shit about? Like, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And we got shit to do, man. Like we got podcasts, like we trying to build, man. We trying to, you know what I'm saying? So like we can discuss some things that's positive. We not building, then don't nobody have no time to waste. And I'm being genuine. I'm being genuine with that. Like, I wouldn't see it as a waste of time if it's productive.
Facts.
But just to be arguing with somebody over some shit and then you get nothing done, like, come on, family. Like, everybody's working too hard to have this shit where we at. You know what I'm saying? To waste time like that. Everybody, every man, it's families who get up, who don't even be in the house all the time because they be gone, because they be working, trying to pay for their shit. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like, it's real out here. Like, it ain't no competition with nobody, man. Everybody trying to have some shit to call their own. Everybody trying to have something to come home to, some peace. So I respect the game because I'm old enough and I done been through some shit in my life. I could be dead. I could be dead or in jail right now. Had God not had a different plan for me from my own choices. So like, I'm a role model to the kids. I ain't no fuck boy. I ain't sitting around here telling these kids go pick up a pack, go get high, go sell this, go do that. Nah, they see me. They see somebody who holding they shit down. They don't gotta know what it is, but they see that's a man who holding this shit down. That ain't no bum. They walk past the bums when they mom and dad pull them close, like, hey, come on over here. Or here go $1, give them some. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, God. Like, people got the game fucked up, man. Like, they really need to grow the fuck up and really, you know, start being more appreciative of the situations, man, and be, because we fortunate, you know, even just to be sitting here talking, having this conversation, like, is to wake up today and have breath. Like I always say, I'm thankful for the day.
Facts.
I'm thankful for the day. Yeah, like we was talking in the back chat. Yeah, I was chilling. But you know why we was chilling? Because the needs is met.
You ain't lying.
You know? Because the needs are met. So we chilling. The needs is met. And they look different than they did. How old am I? Many moons ago. You know, I still look young though. I think I'm giving 35 right now. I think I'm good.
Like if I shaved, I know for a fact
you know, I think I'm good. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody might say 40. I take that, but you know, whatever. We're gonna keep it pushing though. But yeah, so continuing on to our second question of the evening, what type of situations can be genuine or harmful? And we are going to answer that question right after we actually pull up the definition of the word genuine this evening. So let's go ahead and get that up here on the screen. Right now, y'all, the QR code right there for 25% off. The DBCHEFTV merch holiday sale is going on. You can scan the QR code and it'll take you right to it. So we got the word genuine, y'all. We are smoking on the word genuine tonight. Go ahead and smash that like button also. Shout out to Lamb PS in the building. Peace, power, and profit. Thank you for pulling up. And let's get into this definition. Genuine is an adjective actually having the reputed or apparent qualities or character. Actually having the reputed or apparent qualities or character. B, actually produced by or proceeding from the alleged source or author. 1C, sincerely and honestly felt or experienced. 1D, actual or true. Then we have 2, free from hypocrisy or pretense, sincerity. And it gives us her apology seemed genuine. Wow, I didn't even know it was going to do that. That's the Lord working. All right, so then we have actual and true, a genuine improvement, sincerely and honestly felt or experienced, a deep and genuine love, actually produced by or proceeding from the alleged source or author. The signature is genuine. Giving, what we have, actually having the reputed or apparent qualities or character, genuine vintage wines.
It actually is what it is.
It is what it is. Any of these you want to discuss, God?
Nah, I like genuine so far. Like everything is actual facts. Basically, it's real.
It's a real thing, right? It says actual and true, sincerity.
Like in the real. If we needed a better definition of what real is, something that's actual and true, right? Something that what's the first one that having the reputed apparent qualities or character, like it's actually what it is.
It's actually what it is.
It's produced by or proceeding from a seed of the thing, like that's or from an alleged author, source or author.
Yeah. And straight up, like, I just want to touch on this right here, this genuine thing, since I just seen it, because it wasn't something that I anticipated, because we don't do no whole bunch of prep for this show except for our questions. We do this all off the top. And free from hypocrisy or pretense, sincere. And I had a situation where I communicated with some people that an apology was not sincere, and it was because the person kept doing the same thing. So I was using this word in this context, okay, but I was not certain that it was correct.
Felt right though.
You know, but it did feel right. You know, so for me to see it here, and it's not on purpose, it's really just, you know, popping up into nice word. You know, I sincerely and honestly felt, you know, or experienced that situation. So let's go over to the thesaurus and see how genuine is given to us. Genuine is given to us as inauthentic, as in unaffected, and as in real. So we see authentic here, and we have authentic being exactly as it appears or as claimed.
Exactly
Right.
is a strong word.
Exactly.
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 That's a strong word.
Exactly. So we have authentic, real, true, honest, original, unmistakable, actual, certified, certifiable, for real, bona fide. Way down on the bona fide, but I don't need. Oh, we ain't gonna get into that.
Signified.
It's signified. Oh, it's signified. Signified. Okay. Bona fide, signified. Oh, sound good. Pure, historical. Show enough. Sure enough. Legitimate, right, identical. Puka. On Puka now. Dinkum. That's Australia, New Zealand. Dinkum. Very legal, etched, lawful, verifiable, recognizable, accurate, unquestionable, undeniable, undoubted, validated, proven, indisputable, incontrovertible, indubitable.
Yep.
Okay. Irrefutable, substantiated, incontestable, verified, veritable, correct, unadulterated, proper, and unalloyed.
Unalloyed? Yeah.
Unalloyed.
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 That's a weird ass. That's a weird word.
Okay.
But everything else was pretty strong.
Yeah. I mean, genuine, to be authentic, to be real, to be true, to be honest, to be original, unmistakable, actual, certified, for real, lawful. Like I'm like lawful. Okay. So that means we gotta follow the rules. Everybody gotta follow the rules. Right?
Accurate.
Accurate, unquestionable, you know? Because usually if you're not doing something that is messed up, then don't nobody have to question you about it, right? So then it's unquestionable that you're doing the right thing because we see you doing it. And then it's also undeniable. It's undoubted. It's validated. It's verified. It's correct. It's the proper way to conduct oneself. Okay? So that's genuine. Then we have as an unaffected, free from any intent to deceive or impress others. Free from any intent to deceive or impress others.
Mm.
Okay.
I would have never. What I did unaffected. Yeah.
Unaffected. Honest, true, real, simple, innocent, sincere, naive,
Mm.
guileless, spontaneous, straightforward, natural, ingenuous, unpretentious, inexperienced, artless, unpretending, on a level, candid, direct, childlike, open, frank, unsophisticated, trustful, straight, unworldly, impressionable, unforced, wide-eyed, trusting, plain, malleable, persuadable, unstudied, open-hearted, simple-minded, gee whiz, plain-spoken, free, unguarded, dewy-eyed, susceptible, gullible, persuasible,
Pers- persuadable. Nope.
persuadable, no,
Oh, nah. That's
pursuable, pursuable,
per. What's that? Persuasible.
persuasible.
That don't make no sense. That's not a word.
We got one. Cigar Panel can't figure this one out. Let's go check it out right here. Let's go check it out. Let's see what this is. Persuasible.
Persuasive.
Persuasible.
Persuasible. Oh, being
Persuasible.
able to
Persuasible.
persuade. Oh, to persuade somebody. Persuasible. Oh man,
Persuasible.
I had to hear that shit.
Okay.
I needed that joint broke down letter by letters.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
That's when we would have been at the spelling bee like, damn. Can you use it in a sentence? You know. What's the definition? Unstudied, open-hearted, simple-minded, gee whiz, what we had, gullible, susceptible, exploitable, single-minded, free-spoken, unwary. Now, when you're using genuine as an unaffected, seems like that shit can get real confusing.
Yo, you know, confusing, yes, but I'm looking at these words, right? And like simple-mindedness, like simple-minded, right? To me, or trustful, right? Like you're not a bad person. Like you're not, but you're in danger.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the like gullible, like man.
Okay. Okay. So we can see some innocence in this, but they
Yeah,
don't
like
use that word,
yeah, cause
you know.
to me that's I'm not seeing gullible as a put down negative word here. I'm seeing like
When they say childlike,
I'm seeing innocence, like you said, right? In the use of genuine, right? Somebody that's not looking for somebody to lie to them,
okay.
or somebody that's not looking for somebody to do harm to them. So it's like, hey kid, I got this puppy. You want to come see it? Yeah, I want to go see the puppy. Why not? Right? That's not, they don't think nothing
Yeah, but
bad's
then
gonna
if
happen.
that bastard do something to the kid, then
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's dangerous because you know they don't
yeah.
have they don't have any red flags, I guess, right? Like
Well, I see naive,
yeah,
and I see the naive, the natural, the inexperienced, um, the childlike, the unsophisticated. All of those things look like
danger.
understanding the definition of them. Okay, but when we look at how they're used
Hmm.
in the meaning of it, okay. So like For example, somebody say, like you acting like a real child, like a little baby right now. You acting real childish. So that's childlike, right? Okay. But the context of it is being like negative,
Yeah.
or they unsophisticated. Like that's real unsophisticated of you. So that's looked at as a negative. You naive. Most people don't want to be naive. But we understand naive, it's almost the equivalent of ignorant. You just don't know.
You just don't know. Like you just
Yeah,
don't
you just
know.
don't know. Like when somebody be like, don't be so naive, people get offended by it. I ain't naive.
But it's kind of a crazy thing to say. Don't be so naive. Like like don't not know stuff. Like
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you just or when somebody says you ignorant, man, I ain't ignorant. I ain't ignorant.
about what?
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What we talk about right now? Like
yeah,
exactly.
But it's like genuinely you are.
Facts.
Genuinely you are. Because you lack the knowledge of how to navigate through the situation.
Correct.
Even simple minded. Your simple ass. I don't know if people even say that no more. That used to be something I used to hear people say. No, simple ass.
I'm looking at plain spoken is kind of messing with me a little bit. Well, maybe that's they mean it's somebody that just speaks whatever's on their brain. That don't have no filter is probably what they mean by that. 'Cause I'm trying to understand.
And see, and this is where I'm talking about in relation to simple minded, right? Free from any intent to deceive or impress others.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we get unaffected, this is what I'm talking about, like genuine becomes a little bit more complicated.
Super complicated. Yeah.
It becomes a little bit more complicated. Because I get if you direct, if you're frank, if you're straight, if you're if you're plain, if you're, I get the trustful, the trusting, the persuadable.
Yeah, how come we can read it up there, but down below was so hard?
I don't know. Oh no, God! It was looking
like, why
at
is
it just like
I'm looking at it right now. I'm like,
persuadable.
that's clearly persuadable. Like, why is that so hard?
Because I wanted the E in my suede. I like fashion.
Yeah, we was
So
both killing that word, God.
so I wanted the E in my suede. I was looking for, they would have said it was some, and now
I said
persuadable. If that shit would have said a suede jacket or some shit, I would have known what that was. I could have read that. But but free from any intent to deceive or impress others.
Yeah.
So I get that. Like not trying to impress nobody. I always say that, like, what J. Cole say, if you look at my driveway, ain't a bunch of rapper cars, just some shit to get from to and fro. Just some shit to get to A to B. Because you're not trying to impress nobody. Free from intent to deceive. Even I did that back in the day. Range Rovers, Mercedes, all that. In an apartment, car costs more than the car note costs more than my rent. And what I'm trying to do, deceive, make little girls think I got more than what I really got.
I got this car though.
Right?
You see that?
You see that right now.
You see that, right?
And I'm busting suede. And I'm dripping leather. So what you talking about right now for the moment? you know. Forget about tomorrow. We talking about right now.
Man.
Yes. So that was spontaneous, right?
Yeah.
And foolish. Um, and I can see how I don't see how the spontaneity, um, other than just communicating it, saying, "Hey, Ali, let's go to Dave and Buster's right now, and get some drinks." You know, like we
Right
just
now, right now.
yeah, like right now, God. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just stop the podcast, meet me at Dave and Buster's right now. We getting some drinks. Like, you know, that's free from any intent to deceive or impress anybody, you know. But, you know, I don't get how that ties into um
This is tricky on the other side too, because
unaffected.
while you may be free from any intent to deceive or impress, everybody else looking at you in their deficiency could absolutely be thinking that you're trying to show out, right? And make your genuineness feel like you are stunting and flexing, and it could turn it and especially if it's enough of your
If it's enough haters against you,
yeah,
it's enough.
that's close enough that might mean something. You know what I'm saying? Like enough.
If it ain't enough people that's thankful for their own shit that they got, you
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying?
Like, God forbid I ever look at my shit that I worked hard for to achieve and be mad at my own shit. Like, I don't got this and I don't got that, but they got this and they got, like, fuck out. Go kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that?
Yo, and real talk, God, kill yourself in the sense where, like I said, if you really want what you say you want, then you need to go back to work,
And that's what
right?
I'm
You
talking
need
about.
you
Go
need to
kill
you need you
yourself
need to you
to
need to go
work.
out there and bust them hours and not be home to get the same things that your neighbors got because you're trying to keep up with them so that they won't say, like, they too busy doing their thing to even be looking at you and talking about your stuff, right? I don't know, man. People
You
are.
would think, you would think. I know I am. You
I
know,
am.
I know I am for real. I shared with a neighbor of mine that like I was like, bro, like that. Since we've been in our community, I've seen people move in and move out, have to sell their properties. You know, so I value us keeping the neighborhood looking, you know, presentable because that affects, you know, if somebody has to move out and let's say that now they have to take $100,000 loss on their property because of whatever financial situation, that affects every single house in your neighborhood,
Facts.
you know. So these are things that I know because of having financial literacy. Like I'm not trying to fight no little bullshit ass fights with nobody when they don't see the bigger picture, you know. Because it's bigger than both of us. It's bigger than me or any neighbor. It's about a housing market that we have no control over, but we do have the ability to learn how it functions so that way we can prepare ourselves even for the worst.
Yeah.
You know? So when people think people being selfish, like look in the fucking mirror, you know? But you gotta be able to have conversations. You gotta be we'll be talking about this sincerity. You gotta be real. You gotta be honest. You gotta be true. You know, you can't be on bullshit and then expect people to be like to take you serious. So let's go to genuine as in real. Existing in fact and not merely as a possibility. Existing in fact and not merely as a possibility. So we got real, true, concrete, final, proven, substantial, validated, unquestionable, tangible, positive, verifiable, objective, incontestable, real world, not delusional, authoritative, verified, hard, certifiable, certified, indoubtable, authenticated, inescapable, incontrovertible, believable, indisputable, confirmed, de facto, realistic, demonstrated, authentic, shown up, exist, existent, very, actual, factual, effective, literal, valid, absolute, unmistakable, convincing, undeniable, sustained, certain, established, irrefutable, real life, bona fide, attested, and
Palpable.
palpable, palpable,
That's something you can taste, right?
palpable.
Mm-hmm. That's something you can eat or something
No,
like
that's
that.
palatable.
Oh.
You know, I know my food. I can get my food stuff together. You know, I got my food stuff right. That's palatable. You know, palpable. You usually hear that like in legalese sometimes. Palpable. I think that's one of them words that they be using in there. But yeah, existing in fact and not merely as a possibility. So we got genuine as in authentic, unaffected, and real. You know? And I think a lot of people get stuck right here in this unaffected. I think this is what we see playing out. I think people skip the authentic and they skip the real because, you know, culturally everybody want to be a real nigger, you know? So because everybody want to be this real nigger, you know, then they get all this right here. They get this, not the actual definition though, not the free from any intent to deceive or impress others, but just the jambalaya of words that have different definitions that you can apply all these meanings to that don't line up. Because if we go to real, like all of this is cut and dry. All of this is cut and dry.
No possibility.
It ain't no, yeah, like it just, even to say that's hard, you know, that's still a compliment, right? That's a positive. Man, that's hard. You know?
Yeah.
That's still a positive. It's still real. Existed in fact and not merely as a possibility. And then we got authentic, being exactly as it appears or claimed. This stuff is undeniable. But I think this is where it's being taught from.
Yeah, nah, I agree.
I think this way is being taught from right here. Let's just go to 2. We're going to go to 2 in the thesaurus and as an unaffected. So you just don't need, and then confuse the fuck out of everybody. You don't even need to be affected by, don't even worry about being genuine. Who cares? They not going to be genuine, so I'm not going to be genuine. Oh yeah, just follow the crowd.
I want to be unaffected because that's genuine.
You know, develop a I don't GF, IDGF attitude and just roll with that for the rest of your life.
Because that's what you think unaffected means.
Because that's what you think unaffected means.
I don't GF, right? Like that's great. Yeah.
So genuine, we have as an adjective actually having the reputed or apparent qualities of character, actually produced by or proceeding from the alleged source or author, sincerely and honestly felt or experienced, actual and true, free from hypocrisy or pretense, sincere. And that is the word genuine, y'all. So let's go ahead and jump back to our questions. Question 2 tonight: what type of situations can be genuine? What type of situations can being genuine be harmful? What you
Hmm.
think, God? What type of situation can being genuine be harmful? Now that we seen, you know, the real,
Yeah,
the
nah,
the
that's
authentic, the unaffected.
nah, that's what I was gonna say, right? Like, what type of situation can being genuine be harmful? When keeping it real goes wrong, right? Because like
Yeah.
you were spot on, right? Number two, um, when you misrepresent what it is to be real, right? And you stuck on where you from and not necessarily recognizing or appreciating where you're at, you may think that the realness that you need to demonstrate right now is your hood realness instead of your mature realness, right? Like your right now. And a lot of times we hold on to negatives like because we really don't, and it's the truth, right? Like we talk about being taught. That's so up in the air right now with the Department of Education stuff being moved to Department of Labor. Like what is being taught, like what was being taught, like what was the point in the first place if everything is the way it is right now, right? So but as long as people try to hold on to they hood pass, so to speak, right? And hold on to their hood pass when they not in the hood, but when they in Wall Street or at a club or overseas, and they wanna be real niggers, ERs, hard R's, right?
Hard, hard,
Er, er, right? Like, um, that's because they are mistaken being real with being in the moment, right? And being real in the moment is like imagine you go on to Greece for the very first time, right? And you get over there, and now you want to just you just want to start stomping and just making a whole bunch of I don't know, just making a fool of yourself instead of appreciating the surroundings. Yeah, I'm in Greece. Look at the Colosseums. Look at the gladiator arenas and stuff like that. Like whatever Greece got to appreciate because it's someplace completely different. Mountains, goats, sheep's, whatever. Um,
everything.
everything, right? Um, but if you go over there and if I take Brooklyn to Greece, right?
You're gonna get if you traveled by way of U.S. military, you might get masted.
Facts.
You know,
You
you
get
know.
one poor call and you might not get no more.
No more. You stuck on a boat for real. But
and
you
and
know,
that's because, right, you keeping it real when wrong, right? Because like you keeping it real Brooklyn instead of like, yo, I'm really in Greece. right? Like I'm really not in Brooklyn no more. I'm really in Greece, so I need to not necessarily act like the Greeks, but I need to act like I'm in Greece and not in Brooklyn.
That's right. Act like I deserve and not supposed to be here.
Like I'm seeing something brand new. I'm doing something brand new. I'm experiencing cultures and experiences that many may not be able to experience, and I get to tell them about. And because I'm an authentic person, because I'm a genuine person, hopefully they accept it and either want to see for themselves or make a change or do whatever, right? But I don't know, man. Like it always goes wrong when people don't appreciate current situations. Look at all the road rage, scenarios and stuff like that, right? Like those people, they give up everything. Like they just they just get caught up in the moment, right? And thinking they being their real self, right? They can't be disrespected. You can't do this to me, not to me. And now I need to, shoot through the vehicle and stuff like that. And it's like that wasn't real. Like
It
like
was genuinely foolish.
it was genuinely foolish, right? Like, cause you didn't really mean to do that. Like you didn't,
Yeah.
cause now you copping pleas and talking about, I did this because he did that. I,
Please, judge.
please, judge. Like, I got a family too, and and I got all these plans and all this stuff, right? Like that's real, right? Like you ain't really want to throw your life away for real. Like, had you did that, you'd have just went to the police station and said you'd have just threw the gun at the cop. Right? You know what I'm saying? You just want to throw your life away, like just like just walk into the police station and just smack a cop, say, take me to jail, right? Like
Yeah.
here I am.
Or you really want to gamble with your life, go shoot, go keep that same energy that you got on regular people just trying to get to where they going. Take that to the police station and do that,
Yeah, right.
and see what happened.
People full of guns, place full of guns.
Place full
Everybody
of guns,
looking for somebody to lay down, right? Like
right? You
um
won't make it out the parking lot. I guarantee that much. I
right, like
guarantee that much.
it's especially if you got the right complexion. You
You
won't
know,
make it.
shit. Nowadays, I don't care what the complexion is or not. They in the parking lot. Yeah.
I don't know, I seen some videos, guys, of people having shoot. I'm like, man, how they still alive?
Was
Like,
they
man,
in the police parking lot
they was in the police
shooting
station.
at the police?
They was in the police. They was in the building. Like,
Shooting at the police?
I'm like, what? Yeah, little old
That's
lady. I'm
AI.
like,
That's AI.
no, this was before. Well, it might have been AI. I can't say
That's
it.
AI.
I
That's
can't say it. I can't
AI.
say it
It's
wasn't.
AI. It's
I
AI.
can't say it
I'm
wasn't.
I'm inclined. I'm inclined to believe that ain't nobody going in the police station letting off shots and not get shot. Like nobody. Nah,
Uh,
nah. That's the worst. This is one of the worst choices a person can make in their life.
I would
You
think
know,
so.
suicide mission.
Yeah, that's like going into the fire department and set the fire. Like you could to me
They gonna put that
to
shit out. They gonna
they
put
gonna
it out.
yeah they gonna put it and your ass out. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
Get over here.
they gonna put that fire out. But yeah,
Right out, dummy. But yeah, that's what I think, God. I think when we try to hold on to um because number two talked about the possibility, right? And the possibility is you might have to defend yourself in the hood today, right? Every day wasn't a hard day in the hood. I didn't get robbed every day. I wasn't robbing people every single day. Every day wasn't a terrible day, right?
right.
And even for the worst of the worst out there, every day wasn't like that.
Nah, some days you got cooling days when you
You
cooling
know
in the
what I'm
park,
saying?
just
You know what
relaxing
I'm
and
saying? Like just
barbecuing and shit. It ain't
ain't,
nothing going crazy.
ain't
Ain't
nothing
nothing.
go ain't not everything is just love, right? And it's just, you know, and that's real, like, you know, but when you think somebody has the possibility of shitting on your realness and you feel the need to defend it, I think that's when it goes that's when it's bad. right? Because
Yeah,
you're not, because you're being genuine to the wrong. I don't know if to the wrong you, but to the
I agree with that. Like that meme, the meme. I call these things memes. I'm trying to get hipper you with the terminology, but it was a reel that you sent,
Mhm.
right? And they had the three guys standing there, and one guy was walking up to each of the gentlemen, and he was like, calling them out their name and everything. And the brother was just like, "Man, you got it. I ain't even tripping. Go ahead." Like,
That was
and then he
powerful.
walked to the other one and he was just like, "You got it." He called him out his name, all these, you know. And then
Hmm.
the other guy he stepped to, he shot him,
Yep.
you know. And he was just like, man, you can't talk to me like that. And then and it's like, so somebody deserves to die
Yeah.
because you don't know how to resolve conflict because you have the inability of conflict resolution. So your solution is murder,
And the point of that
you
video,
know?
God, real quick, the point of that video was the other two guys, they did time for
Yeah, yeah,
them not, so they had to learn how to do that, right? And so when Buddy pressed them, the lesson was like, yo, you got it.
yeah.
Like, I
Like,
don't want no pressure. Like, F my mother, yeah, you right. You good, my man. Like,
you don't even know my mama.
I don't even know, you don't even know my mother. Like,
You don't even know my mama.
like my mom's would
Right,
get mad at me if I dropped you right now for saying that. Like, she would, like, come on, son. Like,
right. She would get mad that I threw my life away and all the possibilities that I had over a piece of
facts,
shit like you.
facts.
Over a non-appreciative, non-aspiring, trying to elevate your life and improve the quality and do better and be better.
Facts.
Knowing I taught you better. Knowing I taught you better, son. So definitely that was the message behind the brother who shot the guy who ended up shooting him though, he furthered that and he was saying like, you know, um, learning how to effectively communicate and resolve issues and not wasting your life away because of some words that you heard, you know, that were ultimately ineffective, you know. So um our third question tonight is: being genuine a taught behavior or something a person develops into? What you think, let us know what y'all think in the comment section down there. Make sure to smash that like button too, y'all. Is being genuine a taught behavior or something a person develops into? And we
I'm gonna
asked
say
that.
I'm gonna say both, God.
You're gonna say both.
Yeah, because as a child, we was taught not to lie. We was taught not to tell. We was taught to always tell the truth. Don't fib. Don't tell stories. Right? Like, we couldn't say the word lie.
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah. We couldn't say lie. You had to
couldn't
say
say the word lie.
fib.
Had to say fib. Tell stories. Right? We was encouraged to.
Lie used to be a curse word. Remember?
uh,
Didn't lie
yo,
used to be a
you
curse word?
get your whole ass whooped. Right?
Man,
Like you said the worst thing in the world to say that somebody lied
yeah.
and to call somebody a liar. Like, you really said they mother. You might as well just.
Oh, trust me. That's why I caught all them ass whoopings because I was a liar.
Right. So we was taught those things as children. At the same time, we was taught contradictory things as children as well, to contradict those, to always tell the truth and don't lie. Right.
Mhm.
We was taught to, what you said earlier, uh, get in till you get caught or something like that. As long as you can get away with it.
Yeah,
Uh,
as long as you can get away with it.
right. And you have to grow out of that and into supporting your interests in living.
Yes, being accountable and not trying to cheat, not
Right.
trying to be sneaky, not trying to be shisty,
Yeah.
um, not trying to cut corners, valuing the work ethic
Yeah. So
that it takes.
we was taught both, right? We was
Yeah,
100% taught, don't lie. While through through at least from my perspective, from my life, my observations, I observed people actively lying, getting through life, right, while telling me not to lie. Um, so I learned, like I said, that we learn contradictory things, right? Like do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing.
you still mad at them about Santa Claus? Man, let mama live, man. Let mama and daddy live,
Yo,
man.
man,
You
man,
still beefing about Santa Claus?
man, they told me, even though we ain't had no chimney, that I was gonna still get. Yo, remember that big ass racetrack that I wanted that?
Oh man, with the little thing that with
Yeah,
the joystick,
man, I
oh
wanted,
hell yeah,
man.
yeah, I wanted that
I
shit
always wanted the
too.
one to go up the wall and stuff. I always wanted.
Yeah, the one that, yeah, hell yeah. I wanted a train set like one.
Man, I always wanted the train set. I think I'm gonna get one of them joints one of these days.
I think that was the worst car. The worst TV show was Silver Spoon. Remember
Silver
Silver
spoon, I love
Spoons?
that joint, but man, I wanted everything on that shit.
Everything he had, I was like, God
I
damn, he
want
got
that.
go
I want
cars, he got
that.
a
Yo,
train that go
he
from
was
his
and he
bedroom
can
and shit,
ride on it.
and he can ride on it.
He
I'm
can
like,
ride on.
man,
I was like,
we
that's
are
what I
poor
want.
as shit.
Facts, God, facts,
We don't
facts.
got nothing around here. You
Silver
know,
spoons was the shit.
man, they should reload that.
Oh man, that was.
Silver Spoon. Every they had
Nah, it
every.
probably wouldn't even work now because they'd have had MTV Cribs, like everybody lying now. So like we wouldn't even know who.
It would be cool though.
There we go.
You
That was
know.
that was that was a cool ass show.
Yeah, let's see, but I would not. I want the same. I wanted to look. I want look. That's fucked up. I don't even have no babies, but look. I want to put the same pressures on parents that I was putting on my mama. I want a train to go from my bedroom to the kitchen.
For real, God, like that shit was dope.
You know, imagine all these little chits now talking about. I want a train to go through the bedroom to the kitchen, through the
Man,
backyard, through the.
man, man,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
All right, so that's what I say, God. Like, and we just have to mature into what it is that we really want to be and who we want to be and support our interests because as long as we're not doing that, we're not being genuine. As long as you are supporting your interests, then you are being genuine because you are real.
So what about those people that's that their interest is being on fuck shit? Are they real too?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. Just really going down the wrong road.
Yeah,
That
like
yeah.
I accept that there are people that just be on fuck shit. Like there's I accept that there's wicked people. I accept that people like guns exist for a reason. I think there are people that deserve them.
For safety.
For safety,
For safety.
you know what I'm saying?
For safety.
All right. I mean, there are just some people that just want to do bad things, right? Like, so yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That there's a lot of people out here that just it don't matter what you do, how nice or couple but not nothing, but how kind, how considerate or compassionate you are, that nothing makes them happier than to wake up in the morning and be miserable about their life. So
And they need somebody else to be miserable with, right?
yeah, misery loves company, but you can't have mine. Shit, we be thankful for the day. Like, what can we do? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, I had some I'm putting together some flower arrangements in the crib. You know what I'm saying? I was a little tea that you know what I'm saying, that that my Amazon pack ain't get here. I was like, damn, I had my little gray, you know, chrysanthemums up in that thing, man. So I was trying to put some shit together.
I know
But
that's right.
you know, trying to beautify some stuff, but it's being genuine taught behavior or something a person develops. Um, I agree with the talk with the person developing in it. And I'm 50, I'm leaning towards of the side that we develop into it, because we can be taught like what's good and bad, or what's right and wrong. We get that taught. But whether we do it or not is something that always seems to be determined on our character, who we develop into. Like I was speaking like earlier, like growing up, I saw the examples, like I seen people doing stuff that was encouraged. I seen people doing things that were saying like, you better not be doing that too, you know. But a lot of the times it was just like, okay, well, we always picked and choose. Like we were saying earlier, both it's like, you know, you do things to see if you can get away with it in immaturity, because you know what you're doing. Like you're trying to cause a problem. You either trying to cause a problem, you're trying to commit a crime, you're trying to be deceptive, you know, you're trying to get a reaction, you know, you're trying to do something that you don't know, you're uncertain about. You really don't have a full comprehension of the repercussions that could happen, of the consequences. And I think that that's where if genuine was being taught, that genuine would be taught from that perspective of, these are all the consequences that come with all your actions, and be like laid out. I think we do that now. And I only think, and I can't say that everybody does that. I think that the logical mind does that. The interactive adult to the youth, they do that. You know, the nurturer, the actual the parent who's doing the parenting who's really parenting. You know, I think they do that. Those people, whether it's a mentor, whatever the guidance, where there's real guidance, where it's like, okay, so sit you down, you did this. What did you learn from it? All right. So that's what you got from it. Now, if you understand, if you're hearing what needed to be said when that young person is telling you what they got from it, then you peeling back the layers of that, because it's like, okay, they understood it, they got it, they realized where they went wrong, they realized what they was doing, why they did it, boom, boom, boom. And then you can ask even more questions of like, well, why did you think that was okay to do that in the first place? Ask them how they got there. Okay, so you can dissect it, but what they call filter the noise. You can filter all these things, filter the decisions, the choices, and pour into them and allow them to be able to encourage that they keep on applying that same type of logic to their future decisions, so that way they have more success. And I think that is when it becomes developing into a genuineness, because when we young, like we really trying to just get away with shit. We really just trying to figure out like what we can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because people just really don't like authority. You know, I know one of the reasons when I was younger, you know, like why I didn't want to listen to the police, why I didn't want to listen to the teachers, to nobody, you know, like at school, being disrespectful, at, you know, in the community, not disrespectful to everybody in the community though, you know, but like like all of the elders, the women, you know, the elder men, like was never disrespectful to them because they could tell your mama and you could get your ass whooped. You know? So, but like any of the older guys though, it was like, fuck you, I'll whoop your ass, you know, even though I'm like 50 pounds soaking wet, you know. But you're just trying to be defiant. You're just trying to figure things out. You're trying to find out your place in that environment. You know, you're trying to find out your role in that environment. So I think it's so, you know, that's where I look at in relation to the question. Like, I think we kind of just develop into it as we mature, you know. And then I think also, I said all that to say, I think some people never develop into what the genuine is defined as. I think we got some old fools. You know, so we could say that, okay, well, they're genuinely just foolish. They genuinely just got old. And that's it. They didn't try to put any other aspects into it. They just, you know, and that's who they are. And that's fine. That's who they are. But since we all gonna be judgmental, you know, if somebody could just look at me, don't know me, have one or two interactions with me and say that, you know, I got my mind made up, fuck you, this, that, and the third, then everybody passing judgment. If I could do the same thing too and just be like, okay, even though my situation could be like I could actually be like, okay, everybody needs to take a break, no problem. But we not gonna interact with each other like that. If we can interact with each other better in a more positive light, then we can still interact with each other. But if you're gonna keep that negative energy, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't fuck me, go fuck yourself. And then when you finish fucking yourself, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna offer you my ass to kiss, and I definitely ain't inviting you to my private parts to fuck on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you know, that's where I will leave it and leave it in peace like that, because that ain't offering nobody no nothing negative, you know. But I think that that's something that you have to grow into too, because like you was talking about earlier, people get offended by words, you know, and then they want to respond emotionally, and then people carry that shit, and then people want to, you know, act out violently over something that didn't even harm them, you know, that had no physical harm, didn't stop their breathing, didn't stop their progress in life, didn't stop them, you know, being able to be productive, being able to go make $1 million, billion, fulfillion bucks, didn't stop them from cooking some good food, didn't stop them from doing nothing, taking a vacation, doing nothing that they want to do in life to uplift themselves, uplift their family, you know, and or friends and people that they care about. They ain't affect none of that shit. But yet, you know, a couple words make you want to kill. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's wild to me though, God. It's super wild because, and that's why I had to give I had to say that it's some genuine fools, because
Yeah.
because how can some words that somebody say to you make you so upset, right? That is just ain't no coming back from it, right? But then you completely ignore an apology. Like that has no validity.
Because you want to hold on to the anger.
You know?
Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy right there. Like, and that's why I be like, it's just some old fools, because
it's almost like people want you to want you to ask for permission. Like, is it okay if I apologize to you now? Because if you apologize too early, it's almost like you ain't giving them a chance to go through their emotions. And it's like, how dare you apologize? Like, man, fuck your apology, man. Like, yeah, whatever, we apologize. And then they still dealing with that shit because they didn't get a chance to. I don't know. This just seems weird.
because they didn't get a chance to what
to finish feeling what they was
to get their
feeling.
lick back. Is that what it is? Like, you know, like they didn't get their lick back. Like,
That's what it is. That's what
I
it
ain't
is.
get my lick back. So
That's what it is, right?
like, over words though.
Gotta have the final say, like
over words. So I mean, but they can have the final say. They can apologize too for they shit.
That is true.
You know,
that is true.
Why is it not like, well, nah, you ain't gonna apologize to me without me apologizing to you too? Where's the pride in that? I'm gonna one up you on your apology, and I'm gonna apologize to you, and I'm gonna give you a hug. Fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got him, y'all. I got him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck is that shit? Where is that at? You know, but so quick to be wanting to be a killer, so quick to want to be fake tough, wouldn't bust a motherfucking grape in a punch bowl. You know what I'm saying? In a fruit salad. So it's just like, stop it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You know, I just don't get it. You know, but I think people have to develop into being genuine, especially nowadays. You know, I think people have to develop into it because everybody just wants to carry so much malice and hatred. So, yeah, y'all, we've been discussing our questions tonight. First question was, what do you think of when you hear the word genuine? What type of situations can being genuine be harmful? Is being genuine a taught behavior or something a person develops into? Let us know what you think in the comments section. And we will respond to it. You can exchange your insights. And right now, before we get into our the next half of the show, make sure y'all to go ahead and smash that like button and share the content, y'all. We trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Also, the QR code up in the top right there, that'll take you to bksoulfarm.com right now, where you can get your hands on 1016 160 Self-Sustainability by the God Ali Dawood El at BK Soul Farm. Go ahead and make sure y'all get that in for y'all stocking stuffers, okay? Make sure y'all get that in for the holidays. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a tool, a book you're going to stash. You're going to put that one in the safe. You're going to go bury that one in the backyard along with the vegetables and everything else. I'm trying to tell you. So make sure y'all go get that. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into these flavor bomb topics tonight.
Flavor Bombs, presented to you by DBCHEFTV.
So yeah, y'all. If you ain't forgot, on the pandemic, the pandemic, PPP fraud convictions is still going down. Okay, and they not playing around. So if you got one and you think you in the clear, I don't know what you're gonna do, but them bad boys still coming for you. You know, everybody might have thought that since Trump had fired half of the the IRS and all that other stuff. Nah, trust me, they got this shit going on, and it's probably going to be going on for quite some time. Okay, but we're gonna check out a story. We're gonna take a flight out to Arizona, because this was a pretty wild case. But we're gonna go check that out. And then if y'all ain't know, Trump already signed the release. So the Epstein files will be released. We already know there is no list. Cause remember we was watching the Happy Camper, Epstein's co-defendant, Ghislaine Maxwell, who got to go to a prison camp. She's in prison camp for trafficking minors. She's in prison camp. She's not at the federal ADX with drug dealers and the smugglers and the chapos and the guapos and all in them. So she's at camp. All right, real comfortable. No bars. Just a gate. It's just a gate.
She was in real prison at first.
Yes, she was. She was in, she talked about it. She said nobody gets beat up or stabbed or food taken or, at her new place. So, so Epstein, he transitioned. We don't know. It's still up in the air what happened, who believes what, I don't know, but let's get into these videos real quick, y'all.
At sentencing on Friday in this Fort Worth, Texas courthouse, Stephanie Hockridge was emotional, her voice shaking as she told the court she was truly sorry. But at the same time, she did not take full responsibility for the PPP loan fraud conspiracy that she was convicted of. Inside the Fort Worth federal courtroom, the judge characterized Stephanie Hockridge as a leader in the conspiracy, saying that she capitalized on the generosity of the government and committed a serious crime in the midst of a national pandemic. He sentenced her to 10 years in prison.
He talked about her character and how he viewed this as a single misstep in her life.
Hockridge was convicted of conspiracy to commit wire fraud in June. Back in 2020, she and her husband were co-founders of Blue Acorn, which processed applications for Paycheck Protection Program loans during the COVID-19 pandemic.
It was a crazy time, and there was very little guidance. I don't know. I just am I don't think people understand how chaotic everything was in that moment.
In court Friday, Hockridge said she wanted people to get PPP loans, and she lost perspective at times, and she was too trusting of her own husband, Nathan Rice, saying that blind spot cost me dearly. Prosecutors said she is culpable, along with co-defendants, for $64 million in losses to the federal government for helping themselves and others get PPP loans using falsified financial paperwork. Despite the size of the fraud, the judge sentenced her to less time than prosecutors requested. Are you able to make a comment here about the sentence? The lead government attorney had no comment outside the courtroom. They still must go through sentencing with Rice, scheduled for next month. The couple has a 1-year-old baby.
I'm just trying to be a great father and trying to support my wife the best I can.
Hockridge's attorney asked the judge to let her remain out of custody on an ankle monitor until the judge can determine whether he'll stagger prison sentences for the husband and wife, so at least one parent is available to care for their child. At the same time, Hockridge's attorney plans to file an immediate appeal.
So that Ms. Hockridge will have the time to go to the appellate court, explain the issues that she thinks went wrong in the course of the government's investigation here and the trial in this case. And the judge recognized that she should at least given enough time to file those motions before he makes a decision about remanding her to custody. If neither of these efforts by Hockridge's attorneys works, then she will have to report for prison by December 30th of this year. In Fort Worth, Texas, I'm senior investigator Melissa Blasius, ABC 15, Arizona.
Lock her ass up.
A dime. Yo, how is it? Yo, couple questions. How is it her husband's fault?
She did throw him under the bus, did she?
Second question, why her husband not going to jail with her?
He going. He going.
He got to be going too, right?
Nah,
Like,
they said that they were gonna stagnate their sentences so they could possibly be with the baby.
oh, okay, that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, like 64 million, son. Like that's
yeah,
like depending on how many people they helped out, like they coming
yeah,
for everybody. Like,
yeah. And you know, just in case people make it racial. Um,
she looked white to me.
no, but
She
like,
wasn't.
no, I mean, she was light skinned. She was light skinned. Yeah, she was light skinned. But Jesse Jackson Jr. and his wife Sandy Jackson,
Yeah,
they had a federal fraud and tax evasion case.
yeah.
All right, and the way that it worked for them, they pled guilty to conspiracy, and but it wasn't 64 million. It was just like 750,000. Okay, and they were sentenced to 2.5 years, followed by 3 years of probation. I think this was Jesse Jackson Jr. He was sentenced to 2.5. Okay, and what they did was he served 23 months of his sentence, and then he got an early release for good behavior and completion of a substance abuse program. You know, we hear stuff like that, like with Diddy going on, and then after that, his wife, when he came home, his wife, who was sentenced to 1 year, um, she went and did her time.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep. So she served her sentence at a prison camp too.
Yeah. Now I was just
Yeah.
mad that old girl 100% threw her husband.
She did throw him under the bus though, didn't she?
I was
Yeah.
led astray by my wayward husband.
I know, right? Like, damn. Like,
Not
damn.
your
She like, you gonna
ex-husband.
get some of this time too. You ain't gonna be out here with my baby. And no young chick while I'm gone for 10 years for a
Uh,
dime.
a dime, God, yeah, that little baby got a brand new mama.
Yeah. She like, I'm gonna make sure your ass gets some of this time too, because you was the one who I'm like, that's cold. That's cold. That's cool. You know what's the foul part about it is like husband and wife are not required to testify against each other.
Yeah. She snitched.
So she completely just told it, you know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't even required to say anything about it. She could have just been like, we here, we both here. Y'all got us both. I signed some shit. I was wrong. He signed some shit. He was wrong. We got the attorneys. We gonna figure this shit out.
Nope.
You know?
She said it was because of him. What love got to do?
Clearly nothing. And a baby. What the baby got to do? What the baby not even here.
What love but a second handy? That's what he said. Like the baby don't matter.
Baby don't even matter. She like, I'm not gonna see my baby for 10 years, you bastard. You talked me into it. You told me you told me we were gonna be okay.
You told me we was gonna be okay. It's crazy. Yeah. Yo, so so you know it's interesting, because ironically we're talking about genuine tonight, and they talked about the PPP loan scams, right? People that they're going after. To my knowledge, everybody that was genuine don't go to prison. Like everybody that had a business.
Yeah. Established before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Before.
Like,
and used it
for the business.
For your business. But this was catching people up, God. A lot of people started businesses when they heard about the PPP loan. All of those people are getting prosecuted.
Yeah, because you started the business to get the loan.
Right.
Like, and that's deceitful.
all of those people are getting prosecuted. If you started your business, I'm gonna let you know right here on DBCHEFTV with the God Ali. All right. If you started your business after the PPP loans rolled out, they coming to get you. Because it was for businesses that were pre-existing that needed to survive through
Correct.
the pandemic.
What that chick say? She said it was tough times. There was no real guidance.
Yeah. I'm like, that must have been her homegirl and shit, right? That's what I thought.
There was no guidance. Like, we really didn't know what we could and could not do. Like, legal, illegal.
Yeah,
like, nobody got hurt.
Right? Like, nobody got hurt. It was just a 64 mil. Like, you guys got it. You can go print that up. Nah.
Yo, you know what's crazy about all this, guy? Like, they came up 64 million, and they about to go do a decade. Right? To me, that's not worth it.
Hell no, they ain't worth no decade. And you got 1 year old. I don't care how they gonna stagger the sentences.
That ain't worth it, God. Like,
that's the first 10 years of your child's life. Like, that is important. You know how traumatizing that's gonna be.
Even if you blew the 64 million and had big fun before you got caught, I'm saying them 10 years still ain't worth it.
Man, you know they gonna be. You know they was living.
Yeah.
You know they was living. They probably at least got maybe 20 of that. I would say at least 20. You know, even if they got 15, I mean, hell, the pandemic was only what few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, they was living, and they was in Tejas too. Come on. You know, big whips and everything. You know, they was doing it up. They got a successful business. They doing it up. And now they will be doing time. So, bon voyage, fraudsters.
Crazy, God.
What are your thoughts now that the Epstein?
Okay, so our second flavor bomb tonight, y'all, is the Epstein situation. And instead of going to a specific news clip to just discuss what everybody kind of already knows if you're watching any news about the signing of the bill and how it went through Congress and all that, we got a clip tonight from the Washington Examiner, and they actually went to the streets to ask people what they thought about the Epstein files. So that's what we're gonna be checking out right here.
Files and being released.
I think that it's a cover-up, and I think that the Democrats and the Republicans covering things up, and the independents, all of them, because they all work for Congress, they all work for each other, so they all suck, right? They all dirty, all of them.
How do you feel about the release of the Epstein files?
They needed to be released years ago. Like, this is something that we've been looking forward to for years, and we need to get justice needs to be served for these people.
Well, I'm glad, because I feel like it's an important thing that we should know, like, as a society, like, how that affects the country.
I think probably they should be released, but it's ugly and it's stupid.
So the Democrats, they was in charge, right? And so when they was in charge, did they release the Epstein file? No, they didn't.
And who do you think might be most at risk with the files coming out?
I mean, President Trump. He was a very good friend of Jeffrey Epstein. Like, the writing's on the wall, people. Like, let's release the files.
Who do you think is most at risk for these files being released?
I heard, like, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was a big part of it. Trump, for sure, since they were mostly the ones who were talking about Trump. Maybe Joe Biden.
Those are some big hitters that you just named.
The American people, No. I think, I think it looks very bad for Trump and all of his associates.
So why didn't they do it? Because Bill Clinton in there? No, I don't think they care about Bill Clinton, right? Because maybe they in there. But the thing about it, whenever somebody say something to Trump about the Epstein file, he get aggressive, right?
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter.
He real aggressive about that. So we know he lying. We know he having sex with kids. We know he a pedophile.
Why do you think he's a pedophile?
Because he hanging with Epstein. And Epstein and they best friends. And we know they best friends because they got pictures together.
In the House, it passed with all Democrats and all Republicans except for one. What are your thoughts on that?
That's just a shame, and just make up. There's no reason to not pass that. I think I read about that and how the reasoning being he wanted to protect the victims. No, it goes against protecting the victims. You should have voted to release the files. There's no excuse for that.
It definitely should be released. It's a shame that the whole thing is just a shame that it's even a question, that it's, yeah.
There was emails including Trump, like, oh, Trump was at this event and Trump was at that, and chiefly Trump.
Most at risk.
Do you think it's President Donald Trump? Do you think it's the Democrats? Any Democrat?
Nothing gonna happen to Donald Trump because they already know you're a pedophile. They know it. The Republicans know it.
So who's most at risk?
The American people. The American people, because the people that's running the country all liars. And they all lying to us. And they think we stupid.
What you think, God? Do the video speak for itself? You know, if the video speaks for itself, we ain't got to comment on it.
Yeah, God, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the word around town. That's the word on the town. You know, it don't look like they interviewed 10 or 15 people, but they got some pretty interesting perspectives.
Yeah, and those sound like the perspectives, not for nothing, right? Like those sound like this perspective that you hear when you listen to either Fox or CNN or MSNBC. Like those seem like the common perspectives. To me, man, ain't no way I'm about to sign something that got my name in it saying that I did something. Like there's no way. Like, so if he signed it for real, and it's being released, I'm saying like clearly he's safe.
I agree.
Like I just don't see.
I agree.
Like you can't. Like this guy has been a bully to the world. As far as the world's concerned, he's been acting like a bully, right? Doing whatever he want to do. He literally said, "Grab him by the pussy." Right, and then became president, right? So for me to think that somebody bullied him into releasing some files that got his name on them,
that would incriminate him.
Yeah, like
no
not even incriminate, but like, come on, man, like that. Yeah, I don't see that, but that was Yeah, that video spoke for itself for the most part, though. The American people, we gonna suffer. The fact that we need a file or the names or whatever, right? But we don't stop worshiping these celebrities, and we don't stop wanting to attend all these parties and wanting to live next to all these people and all this stuff, right? Like, man.
Yeah, you ain't trying to go. You not trying to go to the welcome home Diddy party, man. You not trying to get an invite to the welcome home Diddy party.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Release the files.
Well, everybody there was genuine.
Yeah, I think
Everybody
so.
there was genuine.
They look genuine to me. Yeah.
Yeah, they sounded pretty sincere.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about the accuracy, but
Right?
yeah, I don't know about the
Right?
accuracy.
Because how do we automatically know he a pedophile, right? Like, how we just know, like, because to me, I don't know, man. You can't know stuff like that about people.
Just because you in the pictures, just because you in
Nah, not
pictures.
even that, guy. Like for me, I'm I don't need to catch my wife cheating on me, right? If I think she's cheating on me, if I'm feeling like she's cheating on me, right? If those thoughts are occupying my brain, I'm going to act as if she's cheating on me. So if I'm gonna leave, I'm going to clear it because I am not happy presently. I am unsafe presently. If I'm gonna
Right.
stay, I'm going to stay. I'm gonna suck it up, Chuck, and
Yeah.
stay, right? Um, I
Yeah.
don't need the proof and the evidence, right? If I have a feeling, the fact that I got that feeling is what I need to resolve within myself,
Right.
right? And what am I going to do with that, right? So what happens if Trump's name does show up on the Epstein files,
But it's not a list.
right? Right?
because
Like
because the
what?
list
Like who?
because they have turned it into two different things. They have turned it
Files in the
into
list.
a list and then there's files.
Yeah, the
So,
files in the list. Like which one do y'all
man,
want? Do y'all want the files or do you want the list? Right?
and it's not that we trying to be insensitive to the victims,
No, it's
but it is a clown show for real. You know, it is a show for real, and we are making light of it because it shows the lack of seriousness of this whole thing in totality.
to the point of right talking about seriousness. There could be no way that I can know somebody's a pedophile. That somebody is touching babies. They got a history of touching babies, and I'm going to allow that person to represent me to stand in front of me. I'm going to have that person vote. Like, come on, man. Like everybody just knows that this person is a baby toucher, and we just allow this person. Like I can't accept
Right.
that. I can't
Right.
accept. I
Hey,
can't,
what did he say? He said all the Republicans know,
I can't
all the
accept that.
independents know, and all the Democrats know. It's like, nah,
I
bro.
can't
Like,
accept
nah,
that, man. Like, I can't accept that,
nah,
man.
but it made a sound bite though. It's a sound bite, and he got his 15 minutes, but it's no way.
And you know what? Just real quick, come like the Diddy stuff, right? Everybody knew before the trial was concluded that it was gonna be mad groupies and mad baby lotion that was spiked and all kind of Ciroc in it. It was everybody knew it was mad devil worshiping and everybody knew it was mad this and mad that. Turns out it was none of that. It
Yeah,
was it
yeah,
was it was it was just some couples doing their thing privately.
pretty much. It was his fetishes being exposed.
with his partner.
Yeah, with his partner for real, because that's what she was, or his multiple partners, because it was
Yeah, right.
different young ladies, and
Not at the club.
nah,
Not
not at the
not
club.
not not at the dirty party. Right? Like that we've allowed so your next question is the media, right? Like the media to make their bedroom the Diddy party that nobody was invited to but them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what happens. It gets ruled on by public opinion in a court of public opinion first, and then it goes to a real courtroom with real lawyers and real legislation and real facts and investigations, and then it gets tried and presented, and you get to see what's really going on. But people will have their delusions and run with it and marry the idea of the bullshit because it sounds They not gonna spend time trying to accomplish what Diddy has accomplished, so they could get that type of paper, and then exercise a different type of responsibility. It's easier to just look at what he got going on, and then be like, oh yeah, I bet he is. I bet he because that whole wanting to see people fall anyway.
Yeah.
You know, that genuinely full of hate. Where people are genuinely full of hate, just want to see you fall because they ain't you. It's wild. It's wild. But we gonna keep a eye out on these files, y'all. Because we know it's no less. You know, so check into us. Check into Cigar Sundays each and every Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast time. And you know, we gonna stay up to snuff with this with these Epstein files. It seems like, you know, it's just more foolishness you know, coming down the pipe. But
You've just been Flavor Bomb, and now back to our show.
So yeah, y'all go ahead and smash that like button. We appreciate it. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel, y'all. We trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget the QR code up there in the top right-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you right to BK Soul Farm, where you can pick up merch, other things, but essentially 160 Self-Sustainability by the God Ali Dawood. And that's going to be up through the remainder of the show. Getting back to tonight's questions, y'all, we're going to go ahead and move on to question number 4. How does social media, movies, and music affect one's ability to be genuine? Let us know what y'all think in the comment section too. Social media, movies.
You know, the biggest contribution for me, social media, movies, music, all of them put together, they trick you, right? They give you they overstimulate you, and they give you too many things outside yourself to focus on. And those things that are outside yourself are validated by other people, right? Is validated by the algorithm, how it appears in your timeline, what's trending, right? So and because it becomes trending, more people start talking about it, right? It might even make it to your local news, right? It might even make it to the 24-hour news stream, right? It's trending so much, right? To where everybody got to talk about it, right? It is trending. So therefore, it's on everybody's brain, is what they lead us to believe or to accept, right? And that's part of it, right? So what is on your timeline, they're telling you that's what your interests are, right? It may be something you clicked, it may not be something you clicked, right? It might be something they just might be trying to see if you'll accept, right? Somebody might have paid $5 for advertisement to reach 10 more pages, and you might be page number 10, and if you mess around and hit the like button, oh man, I like that. Now you seeing more of those things because you accepted what they gave you. You didn't ask for it initially, right? But when they gave it to you, you didn't reject it, so they give you more of it, right? Like that's how that goes. And it'll trick you into starting to think that maybe this is what you might like, or these are the kind of things that you might be into. It's kind of, I said it a few shows ago, right? Like when our local colloquialism, our slangs, and our language, right? Regionally, we say certain things a certain way to communicate with our own, right? Um, other parts of the city, other parts of the state, other parts of the country, your same family, right? Y'all got the same grandparents, right? But y'all grew up in the south and up north, the east versus the west, right? And y'all regions have y'all talking and speaking differently. I grew up saying son, right? And California is cuz or blood or whatever they say over there, right? Um, when I start saying that in Brooklyn, right, it don't mean the same thing as son mean, right? It might actually means I might be talking about a specific gang because of the terminology that I'm using, right? Because I'm not, I'm not. It might sound like I'm using it the same way they're using it, or it might sound like they're using it the same way I'm using son. So we can just interchange it. But I might be putting myself in a trick bag and put myself in danger talking to somebody that might be a potential op, right? Because I'm using lingo that don't
No,
belong to.
no, no, no. You don't have no. No, it's not a
No,
potential op. It's
no,
not a.
it's not a potential op, but it's like you put yourself in danger by saying the wrong things out of line and out of pocket, right?
Cause that's now. That's now.
Which is what I'm saying, right? Because
Yeah, that's now.
that's what social media does. Like social media made everything acceptable and accessible to where now is there is very little genuineness because everybody's using everybody's word and we really don't understand all these meanings, right? So we're using the words the way we think they sound to us or how we would use them, but we're using somebody else's word, right? So it becomes, to me, that's dangerous, right? Because you're
Yeah.
using it because it sound like it's your people. So like we using the same, it's just up north, down south, or whatever. It's just a little twang on it or whatever. But it's that twang means something a little different for them folks down there,
Yeah.
right? And social media takes away that integrity, that authenticity. It takes away the reason why you might be have done a thing, and now the reason goes away. And now if it's trending, that's the new reason, because you don't want to not be a part of the trend, right? Like everybody adopted the term YN so willingly,
They did, right.
right? And not just adopted it, but prescribed it to people. And like, and I be in conversations, I'm like, man, I hate that term. And
Mhm.
and I say that, and it seems like people will go out their way to double down on it to reinforce, because it's like, yo, they don't want to use a non-hip or a non-cool word. And I'm like, yo, but that is so detrimental. Like that's a dangerous
Right.
term that we're just using, and
Right.
you're only using it because it's trending. You're not even using it because it's authentic to how you speak or how you refer to your youth,
Right.
right? Like that's not even how you do that. Like you're only doing it because it's trending, right? Which is corny.
Yeah, that's super corny.
Right. So that's what I got. Like to me, it's like social media, movies, music, like it's all mind control, manipulation, and it takes a mature mind to be able to actually separate entertainment from fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Or reality, right? Because people say, oh, I know it's entertainment, I know it's just TV, but they start acting like the characters, and
Mhm.
it makes me feel like they don't know the difference. Like once you start acting like Medea, I don't know if, like,
God.
that's
No.
Tyler Perry, right? Like that's
God. Really?
And, you know what I'm saying? You start talking like Medea.
Who is it? Is it a girl acting like Medea, or is it a guy acting like Medea? What you
Right,
know?
like, and everybody get to do it because it's a guy put a dress on, so it's like,
Oh gosh.
so it's one of those unisex things. Like,
Oh
it's weird.
Lord.
Yeah, that's my thing, God. Just it makes everything confusing, and it takes you further away from yourself, right? And makes you follow the trends.
Essentially becoming less genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just wanted to touch on one thing. The cuz.
Good, yeah.
Cuz. Like in the South.
In the South, right?
Like I know now. I know now the point that you were making where like you could say, hey cuz, and depending on where you at, somebody may interpret that as, you represent some type of gang affiliation. Okay. But I remember going up north, visiting my family in the Bronx and Brooklyn and stuff like that. I was just country.
Cousin so and so, cousin this person.
Cousin Earl. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So they'd be like, he country, hey cuz, cuz. So it ain't have no, it ain't have any association to any type of gang or anything like that. That is now the thing that you were pointing out so eloquently, is how now, because these things become trendy, that now it causes where you have to be mindful of just saying these things, of how of how you speak, to how you greet somebody.
Yeah.
Even if you being cordial and you like, nah, you gone, cuz, you got it. If you ain't look at his shoes, and I mean, you talking about somebody 40 years old, it could be a fucking grown man, 44, 45 years old. You be like, nah, cuz, you got it. You know what I'm saying? They turn around and look at you. You ain't got no blue on and shit. Maybe you got a blue keychain or something, and that's enough to, oh, he's cuz. I mean, where you from, cuz? Where you from, blood? Or all this, like, nigga.
Meanwhile, you saw another black man. He just say, "What's up, cousin?"
Yeah, just like country cousin, bro. Like, what you talking about, cuz? Like I'm from the South. What you talking about, bro? Like, that's how we talk. So like, would you rather I be like, gone, nigga? Like, would you rather that? So that's why I'm like agreeing with, it takes away the movies, the social media, and the music take away from being genuine. They take away from authenticity, because everybody want to be part of what the fuck is ever trending, whatever the trend shit is, And I mean, somebody, and I be fair, somebody could even say, okay, well, why you podcasting? Well, I'm retired from a career. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I'm working on it.
So I'm working on this. Like, I'm here at work too. So it's like, but I'm not here telling somebody to follow a trend. We saying, look inside yourself. We saying, educate yourself to these words. Stop being cool with being ignorant, with lacking knowledge, with thinking that it's weak because you have a vocabulary, to be genuine enough to say, nah, I don't have a job interview version of myself. That's a thing. Or you got the I know how to turn it on in the hood.
Code switch. Yeah.
And
I
act
hate
like,
that shit.
act like, and go over there and act like I'm as stupid as y'all niggas. And then I can go over here and be with the white folks and I know how to speak their language too. Nah,
I hate that.
fuck all that. When
I
I'm
hate that. I
no,
hate that.
no, I got homeboys now who always be like, man, Pearl, you always gonna use some big ass words, or I'm trying to communicate with them. I'm in the hood. I'm not in the hood. I'm on the phone talking to somebody, but you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to them and they like, there you go, Pearl, with them big ass words and you always trying to be philosophical and trying to be, and I'm just like, bruh, this me. I'm genuinely like this. And you probably around some of them folks I talk to, you probably around so many people who don't communicate like this with you. So since you got my time, all right, I'm gonna take this time to continue to be myself and put something positive in your ear while we talking about whatever type fuck shit you on or whatever type nonsense going on. That sound like you got a problem and you want a solution. You at least want to hear my opinion about the shit. Okay? So at least if you want to hear my opinion, then my opinion don't come with, well, my nigga, you should do this and fuck all the dumb shit and blah, 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 and this and that, and I don't fuck with these motherfuckers and all that. I like, man, and this whatever and all that. Know what I'm saying?
On God. On God.
On God. On this and all that. Like, nah, like we not doing that.
On my mama.
You know, we not doing that. Because you probably got 15, 10 other people that you can talk to that's going to give you that bullshit, that's going to leave you right there where you at, that's not going to give you anything that's going to be able to sink in for a second, that you're going to be like, damn, you know what? Sit back and be like, damn, he was saying this, and he did say that, and they ain't even think about that shit like that. And that's because I'm outside the box. And I genuinely would love for you to be outside the box, but you know, people gonna be where they're gonna be at. But because everybody else is influenced by the social media, the music, the movies, and carrying on, and they thinking that that's the way to handle it, because everybody else in that environment handling shit like that, you know, then you will be the outlier. You will be the weirdo. You will be the, man, you always talking like this, and man, Pearl be around white people too much. Pearl been around them white folks and all this other stuff. Like, Pearl got some shit. You know? And it ain't about being around the white folks. It's about, I watched this on Brunch with the Fellas. We had a topic, the world's oldest married couple. And the world's oldest married couple, he said he was hip. And he said that when he met his wife, all he spoke was slang. And his wife had to teach him how to speak English because all he spoke was slang. I was so happy that he said that he discussed that, because of the fact that slang only gonna get you so far. You have to be able to learn to have a conversation with people. You have to be able to learn to communicate in order to be successful and productive. Slang will keep you good around people who speak slang all the time. But the majority of those people always having problems going to jail, prison, you know, because they're not aspiring to be in situations where their vocabulary can improve, where they can take advantage of some resources. If all Jay-Z was word, son, nah, man, kid. If that's all he was, do you think that he would be a billionaire right now?
Not at all.
You know, so we got to make it cool again. It has to become genuinely cool again for nerds, for kids to be nerds, for a young person to be intelligent, for a young person to have a vocabulary, you know, and it not be looked at as, oh, you not hood, or you not tough, or you not some bullshit that's gonna get your ass locked up or killed. So, moving to our fifth and final question. Last but never least, is the word genuine bad, good, or misunderstood? The God Ali Dawood El BK Soul Farm.
Genuine is a good word, right? By definition.
By definition, all day.
Right. But I think that in practice, it is misunderstood. In that oftentimes we are not being honest to ourselves. We're not displaying integrity. We're not it seems like we're going out of our way as a society to not be accountable, right? While saying things like staying 10 toes down and staying in the pain and right. I think because of the social media, the movies, and the music, we're just so confused. I think the politics, what my man say, the Democrats, the Republicans, the Independents, like they
Everybody's in on it. They all know. They all know.
right.
They all
And the powerful thing about his statement for me was that was everybody for him, right? Which means that you're only confused because if everybody is wicked, if everybody's corrupt, if everybody's lying, if everybody's in on it, then where do you find the right line, right? So it just becomes confusing, right? Like it's especially if you're looking to these talking heads for your worldview, right? And they're politicians. Um, it'll turn you into a radical. See, I think radicals are genuine people. I think radicals are manipulated and turned into that. I think the genuine people um, will get up on a ladder and get a bullhorn and you know what I'm saying? Like I think they put themselves to try to actually make a change. Like the goal for them is not to to not win. They're not just there to make a scene, right? They actually want change, right? So I don't know, God. I think like I said, it's a good word, but in practice, is where it's misunderstood at. I think a lot of us think that we're acting in sincerity and plain dealings, but we're really just getting away with the crap that we just got away with.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. The definition is good. And it's very misunderstood for those same very similar reasons. And just mainly because we just don't desire to go and see what word is the God Ali Dawood El and BK Soul Farm and Chef Earl Pearl at DB Chef TV talking about this Sunday and each and every Sunday at 8 p.m. on Cigar Sundays. You know, smoking on words like two big nerds, like they just don't desire, you know, to go back, and say, you know what, all of these things apply to us every day,
right now.
you know. So once again, we were smoking on the word genuine tonight, y'all. And we had 5 questions. What do you think of when you hear the word genuine? What type of situations can be genuine be harmful? Is being genuine a taught behavior or something a person develops into? How does social media, movies, and music affect one's ability to be genuine? And is the word genuine bad, good, or misunderstood? That's what we're going to start doing, y'all. From now on, our 5th question is going to be that, so that way you all can also exchange your insights if you think the word genuine or whatever word, saying, or phrase that we are smoking on for that evening is bad, good, or misunderstood. We want to know what y'all think in the comment sections. And don't forget to smash that like button. Also, share the content, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays live. Also, we got 25% off merch. Holiday sale going down right now at the DBCHEFTV gift shop. Also, make sure to check out bksoulfarm.com for all the goodies and merch that they have over there. And we want all of you to have a peaceful, positive, and productive start to your week. It is Thanksgiving week, so we know people are going to be traveling. You know, we want to wish everybody, because we won't see y'all till Sunday. It'll be done. Y'all be full of turkey. Y'all be back on. y'all be on turkey sandwiches by then. Turkey sandwiches. You know, some folks will be on turkey stew, or but we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. You know, be safe if you're traveling, and also, you know, try to make a plan this year to do something with your family, as far as create a challenge for yourself, like a goal, like a family goal. Because everybody gets together and we do these things. We come together and we eat. And that's it. And then everybody talk about old stuff, you know. We make the new memory, we get together and eat. But then we just talk about old stuff. Right? But then everybody just go back to their lives, go back to their own struggles, go back to their own whatever they dealing with. Okay? But there is no saying like, hey, y'all, let's not just focus on coming together and eating. Let's focus on something else outside of this. If we can get together and do this, then it's possible that we can get together and do something else that's going to be beneficial for us even throughout the year before we come back and meet up. So I'm just planting that seed out there, because that's what we do here on Cigar Sundays Live. We plant seeds, you know, and we encourage growth. So once again, everybody be safe out there, and we'll see y'all next Sunday right here on Cigar Sundays Live. Peace, God.
Peace, God. This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016-160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
It's the most wonderful time of the year again, where families make new memories, share old memories, and celebrate the new year. So visit the DBCHEFTV gift shop for the best stocking stuffers to add to your holiday cheer. Enjoy 25% off our entire site now through January 5th, 2026. At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak Podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast, The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. If it's Friday night and you don't have a date, then brunch with the fellas is your spot, so don't be late. We go up at 9 p.m. with the trending topic news. Smash the like, comment, subscribe, and share the content. Don't be rude at Brunch Fellas, now streaming on YouTube. Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel. Smoking on words like two big nerds. Hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.